Alright, how's it going? This is Jose Trujillo, fine art painter, once again coming to you from my art studio with another one of my oil paintings. Today I'm going to be painting a desert sunset, okay? And I'm going to do it with my palette knife. Those of you who are into the palette knife, you're going to enjoy this one. And those of you who are not into the palette knife, you're also going to enjoy it. So here we go. Regardless of whether you paint with a palette knife or not, I believe that you can learn some stuff from the palette knife, you know, or different. For example, if you paint with a thin brush only, I mean, stick with it, right? Because it's working. Whatever is working for you. But try on a different size of brush. You know. I know that I painted for years with only thin brushes. You know, like I don't know, number 2s or something. I don't know. Because I did a lot of pointillist type of impressionism. I was into that. Into the Impressionist, very, very, very labor-intensive work. I grew out of it. And one of the reasons that I grew out of it, of course, is because I keep trying new stuff. But another reason is because it wasn't really allowing me to explore. I didn't feel like I was being able to explore because every painting took about, I don't know, the whole day, or sometimes 3-4 days, sometimes a week, and the big ones more, because I would do layers like some of the Impressionists did. You know, you would go and paint a layer, let it dry, and then apply different techniques, whether it was sort of a smokiness, like the sfumato technique, with very thin layers of, some people call it something else, but thin layers of glaze, I guess. It's a type of glaze. It's not really glazing. It's something similar, but the sfumato gives it more of that, more smokiness than just glazing. It's very nice. I really enjoyed it when I was learning how to do that. The years I spent playing with those techniques. But I had to grow up out of it because a lot of it was just me going, visiting museums, seeing paintings, and recreate the technique at home. You know, taking notes and recreating the technique. So it was part of studying in a way. You know, it was part of practice. Yeah, I've done different stuff. Now that I look back, I've done different stuff. At some point, I was also doing frescoes, you know, type of mural frescoes, some on panels and some on actual walls. I also did the dry, the fresco a seco That was also fun. It's less labor intensive than the actual, chasing the line, hoping it won't dry on you. Uh, now that I look back, I mean, there's a reason, guys. There's a reason why I paint with some speed. Uh, it's always kind of been my jam, you know. The exhilaration of it, of the fresco, painting a fresco will teach you a little bit of that, a thing or two on speed. It's also great speed in the plein air type of painting. Also, people are very proficient at plein air. I don't know if I'm very proficient. I feel like I'm more prolific than proficient. I feel like there's far more artists who are definitely very proficient at it. You know, some of them make a line and all of a sudden it looks like there's buildings and people in the line. You know, they're very good at it. I rented the movie Turner. I was looking at the clouds here. I rented the movie Turner and I couldn't finish watching it. You know, I attempted to finish it. I don't know, maybe like 3-4 times. That is a very good movie. Very well done. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's of the great English painter, the Romantic. J.W. Turner, I think. It's his initials. Very cool cat, very crazy. Aren't we all? See, that's an example. If you see the movie, it's an example of someone who also doesn't get stopped by technique. Many. I mean, I don't know about, of course, the people watching. Of course, I don't know about you, but man, you know, learning how to paint, you get all these stoppers. Like people tell you what not to do all the time. I mean, that was my thing. You know, my experience was people saying you can't use a palette knife and a brush together, or you can't, you know, all this nonsense. You know, when I saw William Turner doing the things that he was doing on his paintings, I mean, they based it out of you know, notes and memoirs or whatever, you know, that not only he left but other people left. It's insane how much an artist who is at that level of professionalism has no stoppers, you know, has no breaks. You know, an artist nowadays, if they can't find a certain, I don't know, angle brush or something, they won't paint for that day because they don't have that brush, you know. Oh, I couldn't find that brush. They rather not paint for that whole day. You know, that'll screw you up. then months go by and years, and then you wonder, man, how come I'm not I'm not at the skill level or the proficiency or whatever where I want to be or where I need to be if I want to do this, full time or whatever. Check out the stoppers. I have a couple of videos about that, but I think I need to do a good extensive one on that. All the naysaying from other people and from you, if you can't do small paintings if you do large, what will people think? Or you can't, vice versa, right? Or if you paint an oil, you should only paint in oil, no acrylic, no watercolor, no, all this nonsense, right? All this nonsense that I mean, I'm not bashing at anyone. I'm talking about myself. I've been mistakenly doing that for years. I did that. That's why I talk about it. I talk about stuff that I have direct experience with. Or you can't sign your name with a palette knife. Why not? Who says that? Where's it written? In the laws of the arts. I'll leave you with that. I hope you enjoy this sunset. A la palette knife. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.